It's as if time stood still when you're in Wadi Rum. It's as if it's been untouched by humanity. Rising up from the desert floor are red rock monolithic landscapes over 1,700 meters high. Exploring Wadi Rum, you can find watering holes, narrow canyons, and inscriptions that are over 4,000 years old, quite possibly left by those that were wandering from the Exodus. We hired a guide with a jeep, and we spent the night in a traditional Bedouin camp in the Valley of the Moon. Wadi Rum has an aura of mystery and romance. While Wadi Rum is connected with Lawrence of Arabia and the revolt against the Ottoman Empire in the early 1900s, around the time of World War I, it goes much further back than that, thousands of years, and is quite possibly along the road or the trail that the Israelites took on their exodus. Wadi Rum is also the heartland of Midian, and Moses spent a great 40 years there. When he left Egypt, he acquired a wife and settled down, and somewhere, perhaps even in Wadi Rum, in Midian, he encountered with God and the burning bush. Petra is considered one of the new seven wonders of the world. Petra is the Greek word for rock. Its biblical name is Selah. Esau, the brother of Jacob, settled here. The Edomites lived in the region when the Israelites crossed through on their exodus. Eventually, the Edomites were driven out by the Arabian Nabateans, who actually built up and constructed what you now see in Petra. Caravans passing had to pay the Nabateans a tax. This is what made the people wealthy. And this is how they built their palaces, their temples, their tombs, and their theaters. And it's actually predicted in Obadiah and Jeremiah that the lofty people and inhabitants of Petra would lose their power and their wealth. Of all of the high places in Scripture, the one in Petra is the best preserved. The Nabateans worshipped the sun, and in their practice of worship they offered human sacrifices, which was abominable to God. God's prophetic word never fails. Today, if you visit Petra, only 20% of the actual city that once held 45,000 inhabitants has actually been excavated. Wandering through Petra and spending many hours looking about the place, it's obvious that something great happened in the past. There's an echo, a silent echo that whispers about, and you can feel it just standing in the midst.